Hey everybody, my name is Bob O'Donnell. I'm the president of Technalysis Research, and I'm joined by
Ray Wong with Constellation Research, but more importantly with our special guest.
I'm Ruba Borno. I'm with AWS. I lead our global specialists and our partners organization.
Well, we're here at the Partner Summit and the Startup Summit. What is so important about the Startup Partner Summit? Why are we here?
This is such a great event for us. So this is the second year that AWS holds a global startup partner summit. This is focused on our top 200 startups. We are meeting with them. We've got roundtable discussions where they give us feedback on how to better partner with AWS. We also have a keynote where I will be joined by several leaders across AWS's sales and partner team to talk about our commitment to partners, to launch new programs to support our partners in co-sell. And one of the best things that we also do is many of our one-to-one sessions with our startups. So I'm really excited to kick off the week and meeting you too before we kick off the formal program.
Well, that's great. So why is it specifically startups? I mean, obviously, on one hand, it's sort of an obvious answer, but what specifically does AWS see in startups that drives this kind of initiatives?
I think for AWS, startups are our lifeblood. AWS's business was built working with startups to democratize access to technology so that any company can build their business and grow and reach more customers. So if you think about some of the companies today that are marquee names, Databricks, Netflix, Airbnb, those were startups that were built on AWS and now are large organizations. You wouldn't call them a startup anymore. They've completely changed the world in their industry. And so for us, it's really important to make sure that startups have the right partnership, the right technology, and the right support from us. And so that's why we take the time to meet with them like this.
It's a really good point, right? Startups are facing everything from getting the right technology, getting the right business model, trying to find the right customers. You put that all together in the startup package. Tell us a little bit more.
So for startups, we support them in many different ways. The first, I would say, is to make sure that they actually have access to the right technology. And if we think about now with generative AI, making sure that startups have access to the latest and greatest as early as possible in order to be competitive is critical. And this year, we've launched multiple services, whether it's Bedrock Agent Core, which is an agent management platform, or Kiro, our IDE solution. Those are services that now have launch partners who are startups. That was typically something that we would take a long time to get startups to actually be a launch partner. And the reason that we wanted to do that is to make sure that they had access to the latest technology. And also we were getting their feedback in how we were building those. So making sure they had access to the technology, number one. Number two is supporting them on reaching other customers. And our primary vehicle for doing that is AWS Marketplace. So helping startups actually list their products on AWS Marketplace, find customers, or actually customers finding them through the AWS Marketplace, making them more discoverable, providing customers a way to evaluate them and then also to deploy them is really important for us because, again, we believe in providing customers choice, but we also believe in democratizing access to technology, which is why the choice equation is so important.
I want to add something. The marketplace is really exciting, right? Because what you've done is you've made it easy to buy, sell, and manage for the partners, which is something nobody wants to manage as a small business partner.
Yeah, we're really excited to see that partners who invest in listing on AWS Marketplace actually see something upwards of 800% return on investment on that. They're able to maximize their reach customers that they wouldn't. There was a startup I met with in Tokyo the last time I was there in the security space, and they started in Tokyo. They actually have feet on the street there, but they wanted to grow in the US, and they only hired 2 salespeople in the US, and actually the rest of it was accessible through AWS Marketplace. We have some startups that 95% of their business grows through AWS Marketplace. And I'll tell you another company that, many years ago was considered a startup, and that's Salesforce. They've recently crossed $2 billion of sales through the AWS Marketplace. Or you've got companies like CrowdStrike, which is the first security company to go and cross $1 billion through the AWS Marketplace. And we continue to see the list grow. You've got unicorns like Splunk, former unicorns like Splunk, now part of Cisco, or PagerDuty, that again, go through the AWS Marketplace to reach customers. So we want to be on that full journey with these companies and have them reach the success that we've seen the names that I just mentioned.
Yeah, and I have to imagine that a lot of these startups as well are eager adopters and early adopters of some of your most advanced technologies. So in a way, it's probably beneficial to you as well to see what they're doing, how they're using it, and then how you can adjust your offerings accordingly.
Absolutely. I think for startups, making sure that they're getting access to Kiro, for example, which is our IDE solution that we launched this summer, so that they can get the incredible value, the developer productivity that comes out of it. Some of the amazing features out of that product are so exciting for startups because it actually reduces their time to be able to test different products that they want to build or different features that they want to build for their customers. Because if you think about what we have launched out from a developer piece, it's not just looking at the development portion, which is only about 15% of what software developers actually spend their time on. They spend their time on writing product requirements documents. They spend their time on generating user stories, on testing, on modifying. So thinking through that remaining 85%, which is the overwhelming majority of their time, in addition, obviously, to helping them move faster with the actual development, is what we're really excited about. And I think that that really helps startups who are being very frugal with their resources.
Ruba, this is amazing. There's a playbook here from idea to unicorn. You pull it all together, it gives every startup an opportunity, and you name some of the famous startups that became unicorns. So definitely a pathway going forward, especially in this age of AI.
And what I love about what we're doing is taking a global lens as well. I think it's very easy for a lot of us who are living in the United States or headquartered in the United States to only think about companies that are here. But if you look at our generative AI startup accelerator, which actually happened last week, it was an entire global cohort. So we had ISVs or startups in the AI space from across the world, from Japan, from UAE, not just from the United States, from LATAM, from EMEA, across the board, that are there, not only getting coaching and best ways to discover what technology to use from AWS, but they're getting mentorship on how to grow their business. And then, of course, we're supporting them in growing their business through a joint go-to-market as well.
So looking forward, sort of as a wrap up, there's probably startups watching this going, hey, how do I get involved? What are the steps? What do they need to do?
I think with AWS, I would say there are two places to get started for us to jointly work to grow your business. Number one is go to the AWS Partner Network, or APN, and figure out your path there. Depending on the business model that you have, there is a guided path on how to grow your business with AWS. The second piece is list on AWS Marketplace. We want to make sure that customers have access to the latest and greatest that our startup companies and partners have to offer them. So please get started there. And then if you need some support, both of those websites will tell you where to go. If you have a partner development manager assigned to you, you obviously can go to them. But I think starting with the AWS Partner Network or AWS Marketplace will get you off on the right foot.
Ruba, thank you so much for sharing your insights and, more importantly, democratizing entrepreneurship around the world.
Yes, thanks very much.
Well put, Ray. Thank you so much. And thank you as well, Bob.
All right.